Hi, Marianne popping in again. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. So, I was going through a lot of my WW stuff that I have in a bin, and I went through it yesterday, just kind of looking back, and so I just started flipping through a few of them and thought I would share them with you. I'm trying to make a video every day. I've never been successful at making a video every day for an entire month, so I'm going to try. I can't make a promise, but I'm going to try. But anyway, so yesterday was Halloween, and some of us have trick-or-treaters. I don't have trick-or-treaters, but I do have a lot of candy in the home, and I did have some a little over a week ago, and I was successful at not letting it get me down or anything. So one of the freestyle weeklies we had was Bounce Back. And this was around St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to change the words to Halloween or whatever. But anyway, setbacks happen to all of us. Here's how to get back on track. Did you have a setback yesterday? And it doesn't have to be Halloween candy. It could have been something else. Maybe you wanted to go to McDonald's. I don't know. But did you have a setback? Have you ever had a setback? I think we've all had a setback. Setbacks happen to all of us, though maybe not at hurricane force. But whatever it's, I have my teeth in. But whether it's a missed meeting, unplanned eating, skipping your morning walk, or not tracking, lapses like these are temporary when you identify, accept, and move past them. Identify, accept, and move on. So think of a setback as a time when an old, unhelpful behavior pops back up. Like I used to eat so much candy all the time. I would just eat a bag of chocolates. I love chocolate. I love my Tootsie Rolls. I love lots of candy. I even have a bag of Werther's. I love caramels. I love butterscotch. I love black licorice. I love candy. Well, anyway, there's good news. A setback is also a sign of success. How can that be? Your new behaviors have embedded themselves enough that your old behaviors seem, well, old and unhelpful. So I've all of a sudden learned that I can't just eat candy as a habit. It's not a good habit. Can I fit it in my program? Yes, if I measure it, track it, and do it appropriately and fit it in my budget. But that day I had the Tootsie Rolls, I wasn't fitting it in my budget. So to bounce back from a setback, first ask yourself what you can learn and what you can change to ward off the setback again. Well, don't have candy in the house, or give all the candy away after the trick-or-treaters leave, or give them more candy to the last of them. The last ones come and get the most. I don't know. I've learned, so I'm doing pretty good so far. That doesn't mean I'm never going to have a setback that's going to set me back and maybe do it 2 or 3 days in a row. It just didn't happen this time. So what can you do? You can turn to your support systems, especially at your meeting or on Connect. So those are tools that we have in WW that you can turn to for help and support. So those are good things to do. So I love these old weeklies that we used to have. I don't like reading on the computer, and I don't like reading on the apps. I like paper, and it's the one thing that I do miss. So what to do? So here's something that you can do. You can write a letter to your future self. Did any of you do that back in the freestyle days? If you did, put it in the comments below. So when you have a setback, pull out your letter that you wrote and read it to help you get right back on track. So you can have a letter that you wrote to remind you how to handle when you have a setback. so you can get back on track. So if paper and pen isn't your style, write an email or save it in the Notes app on your phone. Now, what should you say? Remind yourself that your setback is a normal part of the journey and has nothing to do with who you are. It's normal to have a setback. None of us are perfect. I tried to be perfect before in my life. I finally had to humble myself and realize, no, you're not perfect. Marianne, stop it. Stop being the perfectionist. It's causing you a lot of pain, agony, and frustration. So cheer the progress you've already made. So I've lost almost 20 pounds so far. So if I had a few Tootsie Rolls, I'm okay. I'm still losing right now, so everything's okay. So include any scale or non-scale victories that you've achieved or are closing in on. So I got to get into the 180s right now. I'm in the 190s. List who can help and how. Family members or friends, your WW team, or fellow members. Set a plan for getting back on track. For example, if you find tracking has helped before, aim to track your next meal or two. If sharing with others motivates you, scroll through or post on Connect. So, are you using those tools? If you want to be with me on Connect, I'm Mary Pops In. And it's just MaryPopsin. On the envelope or subject line of the letter that you wrote, write, open me when you, for example, have a slip up, are struggling, or feel stuck. So you can write all three of those. You can write as many as you want because some of those things might happen. So read it when you need it. So don't seal it. Don't sign, seal it, and deliver it. It's just leave it an open letter for yourself. So read it when you need it. You could also ask a friend to send it to you when they notice you've had a setback or if you think you might need a little extra reminder. That's a cool idea. So this week, pick a time to sit in a quiet place and spend 10 minutes writing a letter to your future self. Read the letter the next time you have a setback. Now, I didn't do this when I got this weekly. I think maybe I will. So, then we always had this helpful thoughts and unhelpful thoughts. And we kind of do that too on these weeklies that we're getting on the digital. So think again. Don't let a lapse throw you off balance. Remind yourself that you are changing and working toward a goal, learning what works for you, not failing. So an unhelpful thought. It could be, I can't believe how much I ate during the trick-or-treating last night or at the Halloween party. I know better than that, and now I'm so off track. How's that help you? It's going to just discourage you, right? So a helpful thought could be, I may have gone over my Smart Points budget today, but I normally hit the healthy eating zone, which are those blue dots. This was one situation. It's important to enjoy holidays, and I'm getting right back on track, right? So just get right back on track. That's a helpful thought. So another unhelpful thought could be, eating in a healthy way is just too challenging sometimes. I'm not sure if I can keep it up. So a helpful thought could be, eating in a healthy way isn't always easy, but I don't have to be perfect. When I slip, it's not a failure. It's a chance to learn what to change so I can avoid that setback again. So we learn from our setbacks and try to do better. So it's your turn. Okay, so in the comments below, think about a time you had a setback on your plan. Write an unhelpful thought you had in reaction. Give it a reality check and then write your helpful thought. So let's help each other. If you had an unhelpful thought, Write it down. And then what would a better helpful thought be? Put that down in the comments too. That would be some great interaction we could have amongst each other. They did have a recipe in here, pork and vegetable wraps. I rarely eat pork. You don't see like bacon on my channel or pork chops. The pork that I do like is ham. So that I do have from time to time, but I don't eat pork ribs. These look like ribs. I like beef ribs. But it looks like a good recipe. I don't think it's the rib because there's no bone. It's just some pork wrapped up in a wrap with some hoisin sauce and some fat-free flour tortillas, sweet red peppers. Oh, I do like those. And so that's the weekly. This was back in 2018. So did you have a setback? And how are you bouncing back? Put that below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see if I can dig another one up for tomorrow, okay?